Hello, YouTube fans. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson. It's Friday, May the 13th, 2016. It's 6:30 p.m. And I'm here to catch you up. It's been a while since I've shot a YouTube video, and almost half the year's gone by, so I need to play some quick catch up. So as you're aware, at the end of December, SOIA, the SOHA, the Southern Oregon Habituation Area, got crashed. And no big deal. I mean, it hurt and felt like I got my stomach kicked in, but then immediately ONCS responded with, we're going to guide you. And if you look at the other YouTube videos below and watch those, you'll catch yourself up on the story, so I don't have to repeat myself here. So they guided me to a new spot with all kinds of confirmations, tree pushed over, tracks, visuals, orbs, all that kind of stuff. Language, it was pretty cool. So time goes by, bring other people out there. They also have experiences. They see things, they hear things. Pretty cool stuff going on. And then Cynthia came down just before our second annual Team Squatching USA Bigfoot Interaction Conference, which was hosted and is hosted every year in Bremerton, Washington. Anyway, she came down just before that, and she and I overnighted, I think, 4 nights out there in which is now known as SOIA, S-O-I-A, the Southern Oregon Interaction Area, because we're beyond habituating, we're now interacting. And so the last night there, I get woken up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and ONCS, who is my guardian, my guide, proceeds to engage in mind speak with me for almost about a 2-hour conversation. He reveals a lot about who they are, what their game plan is, what their agenda is, what they're trying to accomplish, and what they're hoping to accomplish with the help of others as well. And I've been asked not to disclose that agenda for now. I'm sure there's going to come a time later when it will be okay for me to share. I've been allowed to share that with a few very close friends, but for now I just need to let you know that there's some stuff that I can't share with you, which goes against everything that I've been doing, because I've been an open book. But nevertheless, 2-hour conversation, and I learned a lot, learned an awful lot about them. So when the time is right, when I have permission, I'll share more later. Well, then recently, ONCS was more or less screaming at me in my mind, you need to go out to SOIA. Well, I didn't go the first day. I was busy doing other things. I had clients to see in my private practice. I couldn't get out there. Next day, I had the day off. And he's screaming at me again, you need to come out here. You need to come out to SOIA. And so I finally did. I drove out there. I picked up some garbage, because occasionally humans make their way through there, as in any outdoor place in the wilderness. There's going to be some other human activity. And so I'm in the habit of keeping the camp clean while other morons out there are throwing their garbage out right and left. So then I'm on my way back, and there's one last pile of garbage, and I thought, I'd picked up enough. I don't need to stop there. And ONCS is screaming inside his head, you need to stop, pick that up. So I stopped the truck, got out, threw more garbage in the back of my truck, and then there was a little crumbled up note, and I saw some writing on it. So I unfolded the crumbled paper and found this note. Now it's going to be kind of hard for you to read it. I took it to my office and photocopied it. And this might be a little easier to read. the silly person time-stamped it Wednesday, April 27th, 2016, 9:17 a.m. and says this trail is on camera. Recording and pictures are being taken of you, your truck, and plate number. If you are reading this and will be turned into the Oregon State Police if I don't shoot you. If I don't shoot you. So, Onks was screaming at me for 2 days to go out there because he wanted me to find that note. And I'm like, crap. And he's like, we're moving you to a new spot. So, okay, fine. So, he gave me another vision. If you go here, we'll guide you. Well, being me, I went somewhere else because I was interested in a different location. And I'm spending about 4 hours driving around logging roads, and he's going, are you done yet? Are you going to go to where I asked you to go? And I'm like, well, this is a good area. And he's like, go here. And he gave me the vision again. And so I kind of was making my way over, meandering, looking at some other side skidder roads and stuff. And he's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, these are nice areas. And he's like, go to where I asked you to. So I eventually made my way there, got there, got out of the truck, and immediately, within 30 seconds or so, I got 3 wood knocks and got a whistle and found tracks, and I was like, okay, well, this is cool. I guess this is where we need to be. And then I started driving away from that spot and saw another skidder road and thought I'd go down there, and Onks is in my head, and he's going, what are you doing? I said, well, this looks like a possible good area. And I've already showed you your area. Well, I just want to check out this skidder road. There's not going to be any harm. And he said, if you go down there, something bad is going to happen. And I'm like, what's going to happen? So I went down the skidder road and stopped, and there was this really nice fishbowl area, good place to have a base camp where they can come up close and personal with brush and trees right around you, and hey, this is a good area. And so I got back in my truck and I turned it on, and immediately the dashboard light flashed flat tire. What? I got out of my truck. Sure enough, there was a flat tire. And I looked throughout my truck, which is fairly new, and couldn't find any of the tools that are supposed to be with the truck that were supposed to come with it when I bought it. There was no jack, there was no lug nut wrench, there was nothing to lower the spare tire. And I was like, crap, I am stuck. So I turned the truck around and I started creeping down the logging road, and I found an area with cell phone reception and called for help. And Shelly Maurer, one of our other admins on the Team Squatching USA Facebook group, also lives in Southern Oregon, and she said she'd come in for the rescue. And so Onks in my head said, told you so. I was like, okay, whatever. And so now I've learned my lesson, don't argue with Onks. So anyway, Shelly met me, and we got the tire changed. She brought the right tools, and we got the spare tire lowered and off, and so yay. So then a couple nights ago, Jill Ligda and I did the first overnight in the new SOIA area, Southern Oregon Interaction Area, SOIA, and wow. Wow, we were surrounded, silhouettes, eye glow, whistles, some bizarre sonar ping thing going on around camp. A rock gently tossed in toward my feet while I was playing music on the perimeter. We went hiking earlier before the sun went down, and we found where Bigfoot had left some big poop. Watch the video below this one and you'll see that big poop. The stool's almost 3 feet long. And I guarantee you, that is not elk poop. That is not horse poop. No horse could be in that road. Not bear poop, not rabbit poop, not squirrel poop, not raccoon poop, not any kind of poop. And when Jill and I found it, it was steaming fresh, warm, and real stinky. In other words, I believe that poop got left behind by Zorth within minutes of us hiking in that area. And you're sitting there going, Zorth? What do you mean Zorth? There's Seska and Zeska passed you on to Onks, and now you're talking Zorth. Who's Zorth? Well, okay, so speeding up. I'm done playing music around the perimeter. It's midnight. Jill and I climb into bed in our sleeping bags on our cots side by side. And in the middle of the night in my dream, because sometimes they visit me in my dream, Monks is there and he's talking with me and he says he's going to pass me on to an elder of the clan. And I'm like, well, wait a sec, you and I are just getting to know each other. And he said, and I asked, so is everything that you and I talked about during that 2 hours, is that still on the table or we're done with that? And he goes, no, that's still on the table and you need the guidance of an elder to accomplish that. And I said, okay, that's fine. And about that time in my dream, I am feeling, and keep in mind, I'm 6'9", almost 7 feet tall, and see this hand? This is a big hand, and I can palm a basketball. I played college basketball, and a much bigger hand than my hand was all of a sudden encasing my head. The palm was back here, and the fingers of that hand came all the way over my head. Now look, I can only go this far in my head, but this hand covered my whole head. And it was gently, kind of just squeezing lightly, just gently, kind of like a nice massage. And I'm kind of, this is nice. And then I wake up, and I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling the hand. Now keep in mind that I have my hoodie over my head, right? I'm not sleeping with my baseball hat on. I have a hoodie over my head. I have t-shirt over my eyes. And this hand is massaging my head. And I wake up, and then all of a sudden this kind of massage stops, and then kind of gentle love pats. And I asked in my mind, what's your name? And then he leans over my ear and he says in a adult male, squatchy, deep bass voice, Zorth. Okay. Hi, Zorth. Then he walks away with Onks. Now later on, Jill told me that she heard footsteps around the heads of our cots, and then she eventually heard them walk away. Now, she was tucked inside her sleeping bag with her head covered, and she said she was too afraid to stick her head out. She didn't want to look, but she heard them come in, and she heard them walk away. So, anyway, SOIA, the Southern Oregon Interaction Area, SOIA, has now been relocated. Again, because of this. In December, we had people crash SOA, which moved us to SOIA. And now we have If I Don't Shoot You going on. So Onks, screamed at me for 2 days to go out there and find the note and then move me on, saying now I've been promoted to an elder of the clan. And we found 3-foot poop and just tracks. And by the way, the tracks around the 3-foot poop were not bear tracks and were not elk tracks. They were big tracks. I believe they belonged to Zorth. Well, why do you think they belong to Zorth? Well, because I have a partially cloaked picture of Zorth, and when you look at everything in that surrounding area, he stands 9.5 to 10 feet tall, and those foot tracks were about 25 to 26 inches long. And he puts out 3-foot turds. He's a big boy. So some of you sitting out there going, oh, that ain't nothing. I poop 3-foot turds all the time. Good for you. Maybe you should poop more often. Just saying. Think about that. Anyway, at least double flush or triple flush the toilet when you're going. Okay. So anyway, it's been crazy. It's been fun, learning lots. Got promoted up to the elder of the clan Now, we'll see where we go from here. And again, the agenda that Onks informed me about a month ago when we had the 2-hour talk at night and everything else. When the time is appropriate, when I'm allowed to, I'll let you know. But until then, I can't. What's interesting is those of you who have been following me for years, who have actually taken the time to watch all of the YouTube videos, all of them, and if you haven't, please do. And those of you who have taken the time to listen to all of my SoundCloud audio files and paid attention to my Facebook postings and the witness testimony, bringing over 30 people to my area over a 10-year period of time, my faithfully reporting the truth about stuff that happens, including the discovery of the portal, which some of you were like, he's lying, he's hoaxing, he's making this crap up. And then it gets confirmed by Adam Davies and John Carlson. So now you can't accuse me of lying or hoaxing. And so anyway, my point is, I have always come through. I've always delivered. I have always spoken the truth. I don't lie and I don't hoax. If I say it happened, it happened. I have no reason to make this crap up. I am a psychologist in private practice. I am licensed in the state of Washington and Oregon. I'm not crazy. Matter of fact, some idiots out there in Bigfootdom made false reports to the licensing boards alleging psychosis, drug abuse, and all that kind of crap. And those reports got dismissed as being bogus reports because they know I'm fine. So then why are you talking like this? Because it's happening. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm not crazy. I have multiple witnesses involved. It's happening. That's why I'm talking like this. Well, you want us to believe you by faith, and the only thing I believe in faith is God and His Son, Jesus Christ. Well, then you and I have something in common because I believe in God and in His Son, Jesus Christ, too. Matter of fact, I've been a born-again Christian since the age of 15, so almost 40 years. Okay? So I have faith in that too. I'm not asking you to have faith in me like faith in God or faith in Jesus, but I am asking you to understand that I have integrity and I don't lie and I don't hoax. I'm asking you to watch all the YouTube videos. I'm asking you to listen to all the SoundCloud files. I'm asking you to pay attention to my Facebook postings. That's why I created the group. I'm asking you to talk to the witnesses who've been there with me. So it's not, have faith in me like God or Jesus. No, I don't want that. Not at all. Do not want that. But, there was a time when a man's word meant something. My word still means something. I have a lot of friends who I'll take them at their word too because they're not liars and hoaxers. So just because other people out there lie through their teeth, I did not have sex with that woman. What does it matter about Benghazi? Just because other people lie doesn't mean everybody lies. Just because some people can't be trusted does not mean that all people can't be trusted. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for faith. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. But I haven't lied and I haven't hoaxed. You can't prove that I have because there's no proof because I haven't. I haven't. You can't nail me like you can nail Todd Standing, who has good evidence combined with obvious faked evidence. Same thing with Mike Patterson. Good evidence combined with fake evidence. Well, this is a Bigfoot taking a picture of himself and look at the eye. That was a fisheye, people. Well, what about the vocals? Mike, brother. That was faked. And he's got a studio. And some of the stuff was clearly recorded inside a studio with no ambient noise in the background. Give me a break. You can't nail me on stuff like that because I don't do stuff like that. And I have multiple witnesses to back me up. So I'm sharing this stuff with you because it's real, because it's true, and because I'm actually trying to save you years of research to bring you along to where I am. It's taken me 16 years to get here. I'm trying to speed up your time so you don't have to take as much time to learn as I did. So anyway, that's catching you up. There's a lot more, and I don't want to go on for hours and hours, but for now, I feel comfortable sharing with you what I did. And I hope you're all doing well, and we'll bring more reports to you from the Southern Oregon Interaction Area in the near future. This is Dr. J signing off.